Yeah, so I actually grew up in the industry. My mom was a single mom, and the way to make ends meet is she started taking on wait staffing jobs. And then, I guess we're a little entrepreneurial in our family, she started her own business. And her staff were her kids, so she put us all to work. And one day on a job, somebody didn't show up so a bartender didn't show up. And she's like, "You're gonna be the bartender." And I was like, "I don't know anything about being a bartender." I was like 19 years old at the time, and she's just like, "No, you'll figure it out."
Hi, Sean. Thank you for joining us today. We are here at Fluid 510, a space that you and your partner have brought to life here in Oakland. To start off, could you tell us a bit about where we are right now and what makes this place so special to you personally?
Oh, thank you. So I'm super excited to be here with you today and have you here at the beautiful place that is Fluid 510. And we are here right in the heart of downtown, right where 16th Street should be, right across from the cathedral, that Flatiron looking building. And we have been here for just a little bit over a year. And we created Fluid because we felt like there needed to be another space, that there just weren't enough spaces in Oakland for people to gather, for people to come and have a quality happy hour with, really nice, enjoyable, delicious elevated bar food. And we just wanted to elevate the experience of going out in Oakland overall. And our vision really was to make your vision happen. You, the creative event producer, or you've wanted to try doing some kind of brunch gathering, or you wanted to come and provide something creative that would continue to uplift the beautiful diversity that is here in the city of Oakland. And so that led us to create Fluid 510. So we're really excited to have people come and bring their events here. Story Moyd, who you can find on Star's Blind Spotting, he produces a comedy show here 5 nights a week. And so that's not something that was in our original vision, but again, our vision is to help other people see theirs realized. And so he wanted to do something in downtown, and their venue further uptown was closing that he had been doing it in. And we have brunch here on the weekends, every Saturday and Sunday from 11 to 3. And then other people bring their visions to it. So this past weekend, we had an R&B jukebox, and it's just completely packed with people, wall to wall, and enjoying our delicious chicken and waffles, and egg sandwiches, and champagne and mimosas and shots, and having a great fun time to R&B music from the last 40 years. So that's a little bit about what Fluid is about and what we hope to bring to you here in downtown Oakland.
So you've had a significant impact on Oakland's nightlife with both the Port Bar and now Fluid 510. What inspired you to enter the nightlife and hospitality industry, particularly with the focus on the LGBTQ community?
Yeah, so I actually grew up in the industry. My mom was a single mom, and the way to make ends meet is she started taking on wait staffing jobs. And then, I guess we're a little entrepreneurial in our family, she started her own business. And her staff were her kids, so she put us all to work. And one day on a job, somebody didn't show up so a bartender didn't show up. And she's like, "You're gonna be the bartender." And I was like, "I don't know anything about being a bartender." I was like 19 years old at the time, and she's just like, "No, you'll figure it out." And that's what I like to say about my experience in the industry, is sort of like, I'm still figuring it out. I'm still just trying to make it work. And that was, like 30 years ago. But I've always had a passion for the community. And after I graduated college, I didn't want to go necessarily into this industry, but I went to work at Covenant House, which helps homeless and at-risk young people between the ages of 18 and 24. And I worked for them in New York, I worked for them in DC, and then I came out here. And I came to Oakland in 2002. And absolutely fell in love with them and said, this is the place that I'm staying. And I was able to help Covenant House grow and go from a storefront at 28th and Telegraph to now they operate at Jerry Brown's former private residence, 17,000 square foot facility, at 2nd and Harrison. So if you know anyone who unfortunately is in that age range and is housing insecure, that is the place to send them. But I've always believed that people should have a safe place to gather, whether it's a pillow under their head or just around like-minded people. And I knew for LGBT people, even in this day and age, there are many places that are not safe, even their homes. And so being able to come out to a space where everybody knows your name like Cheers, but is also meeting the social needs that you have and is having type of entertainment that you like around people who are like you, I know how important that is for people's mental wellness and for the community at large, and is a real blessing and inspiration to see how many other LGBT spaces popped up over the last several years in downtown Oakland near the Port Bar. And that was one of the driving reasons also. We knew we're like wall-to-wall people. And then even with the pandemic, we were outside with all these people. We were like, we need another space where people can gather. And we called it Fluid because we just wanted everybody to be welcome and everybody to feel, and that's the type of programming that we have here. Programming that's for everybody and some that's specifically for LGBT people. And again, it's programming that other creatives in this wonderful community come and put on. So we just host.
I love it. You mentioned that you fell in love with Oakland. What about Oakland did you fall in love with?
I think it's got the best weather in the country. We're filming on a day that is probably one of the hottest of the year, but that's okay because you look at where else in the country and they're suffering with heat. And but I just find the warm welcome of people. I mean, I think people put you through your paces here in Oakland. They want to make sure that you're like really connected to the community, that you care. Because I've even seen Oaklanders do it to each other. Like, where'd you go to school? Oh, I went to Bishop Uptown. Oh, you're not from the real Oakland. And it's sort of like, oh, come on. But I think people really want to know that you have a heart for the community and that you care. And I think there are so many wonderful people here who do care about the community, about making Oakland better. But my entire time here, people have always wanted to make Oakland better. But how do we keep what the secret sauce of Oakland, and how do we keep people that grew up here, and how do we keep people that have been here 20 years here, not have people have to bounce, and housing is so expensive here. And that's one of the reasons I also serve on the board of Abalsi, which is Oakland's largest provider of affordable housing outside of the Housing Authority, because I know from people who work here how hard it is to like afford to live in Oakland and be able to be close to where you work.
Fluid 510 is described as a fluid and ever-changing space. How did you come up with this concept, and what was the process of bringing that to life? Oh,
thank you. So the process of it was just sort of watching the growth at the Port Bar, and we would notice people would bring their straight ally friends to the bar, and we would realize that, there are some places around Oakland that are just so welcoming, right? So it doesn't matter who you bring. So we felt like there definitely was a need for more space where people themselves could program it, where people didn't have to pay exorbitant fees, or could come in and put on an art show, or could put on a cabaret. And I've always been drawn to like the amazing artistry that I lived in Oakland, West Oakland for 15 years. And, some of my neighbors are really involved with like Burning Man and like the amazing kind of art that they can do there, or like people who are like twirling from the ceiling and contortionists, but like where could you go that was like really an accessible venue, something that was close to transit, and yet some place that had the space. And so we have really tall ceilings with these kind of beams already built in, and people can do that. And so Dark Events Cabaret is bringing one of their shows here. There was this venue in San Francisco that recently closed, Berber, and they had like dinner theater 5 nights a week, and they are bringing, one of their artists is bringing a dinner cabaret here in September. So we're just really inspired by the community, and like we are so grateful like they can come in and bring their creativity here, and we can share with them our drinks and our delicious food, and that's how we keep the place running. I would not say that I am specifically talented at anything other than recognizing the talents in other people, and that is something that I try to mold and lift up. I think when the Port Bar first opened, I was really proud of our staff diversity, and I was always surprised at other venues that I would go to where both sides of the bar staff, front of bar, back of bar, even the back of the house would look like me, and I was like, how did you do that?